Welcome back from the break. You're still watching This Week, and I'm Somna Sambo. Up next is a resolution of the House of Representatives calling on President Bola Tinubu to appoint 6 more mandate secretaries for the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Now, the Green Chamber passed the resolution during plenary after the adoption of a motion sponsored by Joshua Obika, a lawmaker representing Abuja Municipal BWARI Federal Constituency. President Bola Tinubu had in 2023 appointed 8 mandate secretaries for the FCT administration, a move lauded by FCT indigents and other Nigerians resident in the nation's capital. Justifying his call for more appointees, Honorable Obika argued that mandate secretaries are high-level administrative officials appointed to oversee specific areas of governance within the Federal Capital Territory that are similar to ministers in the Federal Executive Council and commissioners in the State Executive Council. He expressed concern that the current number of mandate secretaries may not be sufficient to meet the growing administrative tasks and governance needs of the rapidly expanding Federal Capital Territory population. Now, the House plenary, presided over by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, adopted the motion and urged the President and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to appoint at least 6 additional mandate secretaries to enhance good governance and effective service delivery within the territory. Well, joining us in the studio is the lawmaker and mover of the motion and federal lawmaker representing AMAC BWARI Federal Constituency, Honorable Joshua Obika. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Sambo.
Yes, so just give us a shot into why you want an expansion on the cabinet, on Mr. Wike's cabinet for now.
Mr. Sambo, you see, Section 2991B of the 1999 Constitution says that FCT should be treated as if it were a state. And you know, in the Federal Executive Council, we have state representation from each of the states of the Federation, including FCT now, because all the presidential candidates made that promise. It was not happening like that in the time past, but each of the major presidential candidates promised that if elected, they will appoint a minister from the FCT. And I give it to the President, His Excellency President Tinubu, he did. And in the states, the governors do appoint a representation from each of the local governments. And the Constitution said that FCT should be treated as if it were a state. Now in FCT, we have representation by geopolitical zone. And I'm not against that. Abuja is the Commonwealth of Nigeria. But we have 6 area councils. And these 6 area councils should also have representation in the ministerial cabinet. Why? If not that we have an active minister right now in FCT, who on his own goes out of his way, going around all the nook and crannies of FCT to see what can be done, because we are far behind. You know, before, developments don't used to get down to the rural communities. Now, before now, we have ministers that come and sit at area 11. They don't even move out of the federal capital city. They don't know what is happening in Abaji, what is happening in Kwali, what is happening in Kuje. Even close here at BWARI, if you go down there, you see that it's not a lot that has happened in that place. But with this representation now, mandate secretary representing each of these area councils will be able to table their needs when issues are coming up in the ministerial cabinet. So that is the issue of inclusivity, and that will expedite developments in our rural communities. That is the need for that particular motion. All
right. Well, you brought in form of a motion, yes, and then it's already been passed by the House.
Yes.
People are asking, what next? I mean, motions are advisory. I mean, yes, the President may decide to take it or leave it. Minister may decide to take it or leave it. I mean, what
now
next?
The Committee on FCT and also Committee on Area Councillors, Darimakas, can now take it up. Then that can be integrated even into our Constitution to make it be an institutional thing, not that any minister or president that wishes to do so.
And people ask, why not a bill? Why didn't you make it a bill?
Now, it's when it comes from the committee, it gathers all the support that is required. Now the House has resolved on it. It's not just about Chinedu. The House sees that particular motion as something that is worth doing. And the House has referred it to the committee that will be their work to now bring it even up as a bill.
All right.
So,
very interesting perspective. And I think one of the things that you have passion for is rural development within the Nigerian capital. Talk to us about the issues of compensation. We've seen the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, doing lots of rules. It's been affecting lots of communities. But when it comes to the issues of compensation for demolished houses, it's been a little bit, edgy and political.
Talking about the bills, one of the bills that have introduced in the National Assembly is the Bill of Original Inhabitants Resettlement and Compensation Agency. If that bill is fully passed, now we have gone through the first reading, we are going to the second reading right now, that will help to mitigate all these problems that we are facing. Because if truly we have a minister now that is interested in developments in Abuja, that developments should be all interwoven. As you are developing, those that you met on the ground, there must be a way to get them compensated, integrated, or relocated with full compensation. But because of how fast this development is coming now, I see that that is not really happening. If you go to places like Gishiri, they were supposed to move because of the road construction that is going on now. But from the inquiry, from the villagers that has come to me, their cry out is that the amount being given to them to move, even when they have not been given even a specific place to move also, is very, very low.
Mere pittance. But if you look at that of there's a community called Pigba along the BWARI where you have the Apo Outer Southern Expressway. I mean, some of them said actually that they've been given compensations. I don't know if they've also been speaking with you, though it was becoming controversial.
No, maybe theirs might be, or maybe theirs was done in a way that they were comfortable with. But the people at the Gishiri is not being comfortable with the way it's being handled right now. Mostly they are youths, whereby you can tell somebody to move and you are paying like 350 naira for a room or something. To construct do you know what is called sockaway?
350,000 you mean?
Yes, 250,000. To construct a pit latrine now, you cannot even construct it with 500,000. By the time you will buy the blocks, buy the iron, buy the wood, the labor and everything, not talk less of a house. And some of these people have like third generations with them now. Maybe their grandfather, their father and everything, and they are moving. This will take a toll on them. So I am pleading with the FCT minister and the president to look into this matter and see how those that are affected right now, why this bill is coming up. Because if this bill actually passed, this agency will be in the forefront tackling these problems, even through private partnerships. So that is what we're looking for.
But I know that you are from different political parties. You have the Labour Party, of course, the FCT minister is of the PDP, and then the president is of the APC. But well, all of you are meant to govern for the people of Nigeria and FCT. So, but have you made any effort to actually make the FCT minister or get an audience with him to actually make him see things your own way so that it doesn't become a security challenge, actually?
Of course, it's already turned into a security challenge whether we like it or not. People are aggrieved. And also, some of these areas where the locals are residing right now, there is no much development in it. So the criminals can come and hide under that environment to be causing havoc in the city. There is a lot of criminal activities going on in the city. Last night, a friend of mine was attacked and robbed just parking by the roadside to make a call. You see, so we need to tackle these issues, and these issues are interwoven. We need to make sure that the original inhabitants are treated right, are resettled and compensated, as well as this type of developments they're supposed to come hand in hand.
All right, it's been a very difficult situation actually in the city. I mean, an aide to the former senator representing the FCT was just kidnapped during the week.
About 3 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, but we thank God he's been released. That's Samuel Danjuma. Let's talk about some other things that have been happening. I mean, I know that you've been, apart from these bills, you've also been talking about providing providing some sort of relief in terms of welfare, scholarship, and all of that. You even visited one of the institutions, I think the College of Education.
Yes.
Talk to us about governance in the FCT and how you need to improve the welfare of all residents, whether they are original inhabitants or the Nigerians coming to the city.
Talking about the visit to College of Education, Zuba, we have about almost 50-something, about 52 students that my federal constituency is sponsoring their scholarship, both tuition and accommodation paid. And I'm talking about education because it's one of my major #1 legislative agenda. That's why we worked on a scholarship board for FCT, which have passed through the first reading. Because in the past, we have a unit that oversees this, and the students are given stipends.
Yeah, but because there's an existing FCT scholarship.
But it doesn't have any legislative backing on it. And these children are given just stipends, The last time, I think it was about 800 million that was budgeted. But look at it, Mr. Sambo. If today, a student that is going to school, you were able to give him stipends for this year, and the next year the parents were not able to pay for the tuition, or the ones you have given to him or her, it's a waste. So we are looking at scholarship board that will focus more on tuition. The parents can still, if their words can be with them at home and eat, even if it's Gary they are drinking, they can be doing same as school. So that is the area of our focus right now. And also the FCT emergency agency. Because let me tell you the truth, if there is anything that happens to FCT today, we are not ready. We are not ready.
Well, there's been an FCT emergency.
They are not prepared for it.
It's now made a department.
Yes,
now.
It's a department, yes, but still it is not that equipped for that. We look at somewhere like Lagos, and FCT is a city that is increasing every day. We have a lot of people coming in. In fact, the infrastructures that we have in it is overwhelmed. That's why some schools no longer take students, because they don't even have places to accommodate them.
Yeah, and I know you also had a passion, very quickly as you try to wrap up, a passion of developing schools in rural communities, because some of these people who are displaced in other states are coming into Abuja to find succor, and then you have primary schools and secondary school, public primary and secondary schools that are filled up, that can no longer take students. So, I mean, how do we go out of this development challenge? I know that the governors have to do more for their states to be secure and for people to stay back. But when people come to Abuja to come and find succor, how should the authorities be reacting?
On the issue of education, it should not be left out for the Minister of FCT alone. In the budget of last year and this year, a lot is going to be done in our schools. It's there in the budget, and the minister will implement that, I know. But you see, not just the minister. What about the area councils? These people are getting money in billions, and they are not doing much in our primary schools.
Well, we had the teachers going on strike.
And the teachers just want to strike and come back. But apart from that, even the infrastructures, the teachers are agitating because of the new wage increment. But what about the schools? When it rains, I can tell you that more than 30 or 35% of the schools, the children will not be attending schools because there is no roof.
Wow.
In FCT,
the minister needs
a state governed by the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Interesting submission, right. Yeah, because the president is the governor of FCT.
Of course.
Well, just before I let you go, Honorable Obika, on a political note now, we've seen a lot of Labour Party lawmakers defecting to the APC and so on, and I've been thinking, we haven't heard so much from you. Are you planning to join the bandwagon? Because it looks like everybody is finding succor in the APC.
Well, politics is local. For some of them, one or two things must have made them to leave the party to join another party. But politics is local.
Have those things been happening to you?
FCT here, FCT is known to be opposition-based. And apart from that, I have not seen any reason that will make me to leave my political party for now. I have not seen it.
Even if the president and minister gives you an olive branch and promise you more projects in the budget?
Does olive grow in Nigeria here, Mr. Sambo?
All right, but we must thank you so much.
We are in Nigeria.
We must thank you so much, Honorable Chinedu Obika. I mean, we like politicians who actually live up to their objectives and stay in their parties,
yes, and
make democracy to thrive. But well, sometimes you get much more than you don't ask for. So we'll continue to...
Having said that, I must confess that the president has done well when it comes to FCT.
Okay.
Among the presidents I have seen all this while is President Tinubu that has paid some kind of attention to FCT through the minister, Yesun Wike. But having said that, that does not mean that I agree with them in so many other things.
All right.
But it's a work in progress.
That's pure politics.
Thank you.
And I'm very sure your party leaders will be so excited and happy for you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Honorable Chinedu Obika. Joshua Chinedu Obika is actually the federal lawmaker representing AMAC BWARI Federal Constituency, where the nation's capital is located. So, we must thank you for coming here to share your thoughts with us on governance in the FCT. That's the much we can take on this edition of This Week. Thanks to our production team here in Abuja, Lagos and London. You'll join us same time next week for another exciting edition. I'm Sumna Sambo.